Hello everyone and welcome to Filters OFF MENA edition. I'm your host Debsena. This show is where performance isn't a buzzword, it's under a microscope. Today's guest leads digital acquisition for one of the fastest growing telcos in the region, Virgin Mobile UAE. Ganesh Sonawane is a full funnel growth driver who has seen it all. MarTech myths, last click bias, CRM chaos, and the pressure of delivering conversion across GCC markets. From managing tech stacks and attribution pipelines to scaling paid search at eBay and travel marketing at Musafir, he has worked across all layers of performance marketing. Please welcome data first, KPI skeptical, test and learn evangelist Ganesh Sonawane. Welcome Ganesh to the show. Welcome to Filters OFF MENA edition, Ganesh.
Thank you, Debsena. I'm really excited for this and to be part of Filters OFF MENA edition.
Brilliant. So let's get into segment 1. This is about the illusion in performance marketing. Yeah, Ganesh, performance marketers often get tagged as growth drivers. But what's the myth about ROI that still traps teams today?
Okay, so see, one of the biggest ROI myths that still trips up marketing teams is the belief that last click always works, right? It's comforting to say that, this ad drove the sale, but in reality, nowadays the customer journeys are multi-touch, multi-device, and sometimes it takes, months and months to decide on converting a product, right?
Lovely.
If we optimize for last click, we are over investing in bottom funnel channels and undervaluing the awareness and mid funnel that actually creates demand.
Correct.
Right. The another common trap that paid campaigns as a
So you can start from another.
Another common trap is using paid campaigns as a band-aid on product. Right. If your app onboarding is clunky, or if your landing page is not converting, pumping more money into paid campaigns is not going to work, right? So it's very important to make sure that you don't hide these things, bring up those things to drive sustainable growth. Performance marketing should expose friction, is what I think, not cover it up. Finally, I think the obsession of ROIs or a return on ad spends as a sole measure of success is I think a myth, right? 5x ROIs looks fantastic on reports and papers,
right. Yeah.
But I think it is very important to look at customer lifetime value. Like, I'll be happy with 2x return on ad spends, but I think if those customers are not churning and driving me sustainable growth is something that every business or every marketer looks forward to.
That is true. Like you have touched upon saying that customer journeys are not linear anymore. It has created a lot of avenues to understand how your customers are converting. At the same time has reduced the value of last click attribution that used to be very high before, when
Exactly.
people would just come in a linear path and you would know which was the last click that actually converted them. Today, as a user myself, I would be going to multiple different channels, from outdoor to digital. I'll be taking that path. Now that actually means it makes it very difficult. So of the back, can you tell me how are you measuring actual ROAS? Is it a complete spend on marketing that you are looking at, or is it something that digital has a particular ROAS that you are targeting?
See, the thing is, we obviously at Virgin Mobile we look at customer lifetime value. I think increasing your base and keeping your existing base, focusing on that is important, because customers come and go, right? They churn out. So it's important to keep your customer base happy, and look at who are those uber loyal customers who are driving growth for you.
Yeah. So does it make sense to therefore use that as your target audience persona to go and target that group?
Exactly, yeah.
Lovely. So Ganesh, let's dig into segment 2, the MarTech reality, stack versus sanity. You have built tech stacks from scratch. Yeah. What's that one tool or feature marketers overhype? And what is that one thing that is underused?
Cool. So I think, when it comes to MarTech, the biggest trap I see is tool overload. Every quarter, there are new shiny platforms promising to be the growth silver bullet, right?
Yeah.
But most teams barely use 20 to 30% of the features they already paying for.
Yeah.
I'd say overhyped is an obsession with stack size. You don't need 25 tools to drive growth. What you need is just 5, which are the important ones that actually talk to each other.
Yeah.
Right. On the other hand, what criminally underused is the boring stuff, which is data hygiene, tagging, discipline, clean data, consistent taxonomy, and reliable event tracking. They don't sound sexy, but that's what their entire stack is all about, right? Without it, even the best AI tool is very expensive dashboard of noise.
So talking about tools, what percentage of media spends today is likely on tools? In your approximate should be fine.
No, it's not about how much you are investing in a particular tool, right? Until and unless, if you're, like I said, if you are at your full potential of using that tool, and if it's driving revenue for the company, it's not necessary that you park 20 or 30% of the budget for your tech stack. If those tools are really important for the business, I think ceiling. Your budgets can reach the ceiling. But if you're not using it, then I don't think even a cheaper tool or an expensive tool is going to make a difference.
I agree. What are those 5 tools that is most important for a performance marketer like yourself in today's ecosystem?
I think it's not about how many number of tools that you use. One of the tools that I would like to mention, and I'm not biased here, is unfiltered fraud prevention, because for an app first business, fraud prevention tool is something that drives real value for the business, and I think I would highly recommend unfiltered for all the app businesses because I'm seeing the real value out of it. And then there are data visualization tools that are really important for marketers to take real-time decisions. That is, we use Tableau and other visualization tools that really help our teams and business. And I think for app businesses, attribution, a mobile measurement partner is something that it really is important. There are a lot of tools in the market. There is Apps Flyer, there is Adjust, and these are, I think, the dominating ones in the market. I think an app business should definitely have one of those tools.
So Ganesh, let's get into segment 3. Where we understand the differences between the markets in GCC. Because we are here, we understand that UAE, Saudi, Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, these are all very different from each other. So if I may ask you, you have run campaigns across these markets. What are the biggest local reality checks? And what do marketers miss when they do not know about the region?
It's a very, very interesting question, Deb, because even I have learned it over time. I think when we talk about running campaigns across UAE, KSA and Qatar, the biggest lesson is that Gulf is not a monolith. There are real local differences that marketing often miss. First is, platform and creative preferences. In the UAE, you've got a highly diverse, multicultural audience where English works as well as Arabic, right? Visuals need to be appealing to expats as much as locals, right? In KSA, Arabic first creative is non-negotiable.
Absolutely.
And Snapchat is still a powerhouse.
Correct.
Qatar sits somewhere in between, but you will see higher engagements with Arabic-led storytelling. The second user behavior difference, I would say, is in the UAE, app first behavior dominates, and customer wants to download, explore, and transact seamlessly. In Saudi, search is a discovery engine, and if you are not good in your SEO and SEM campaigns, you are basically losing out.
Correct.
Right? Qatar, again, tends to be in between social and discovery backed campaigns. So if you don't map these behaviors, your funnel basically leaks fast.
That is right. That is right. So coming to this search engine behavior that you're talking about, a lot of movement has happened from search to AI. So AEO is becoming very, very interesting as a topic. As a marketer, are you focusing on AEO too?
Absolutely. I think in the recent past, you've seen that all the search engines have started the AI mode.
Yes.
So obviously, when people are searching, the first result that you see is now AI driven.
Yes.
We have started adopting these and started to optimizing the results for AI generated results, right?
Yeah.
It's very early stages, but I think everybody is going to jump on it because that's how the users adopt it, right?
Absolutely. And with AI starting their advertisements very soon, I think that is going to be a very dominant channel very soon.
Absolutely.
When you are talking about these channels, I understand there is a lot of issues between CVM and CRM. Yeah, how are you managing these challenges? How are you getting that data sanity from both these channels?
Yeah, I mean, I think every company or every brand goes through these integration challenges, right? Everybody loves to talk about omni-channel, but the back-end realities are different, right? UAE has relatively mature data infrastructure, so linking app, web, retail, offline is still doable. In KSA, I think integration is trickier due to regulatory layers. The market is not matured yet. It's evolving. And in Qatar, I think it's a smaller scale kind of a market where personalization expectations are just high. Customers won't forgive lazy, non-contextual messaging. So reality check is that what works in Dubai may flop in Riyadh, and what clicks in Doha may even not register in Sharjah, right? Success, I think, comes from respecting the nuances and not ignoring them.
I agree with you. I'm going to talk a little more on this. So there is this bit on CRM and CVM, which is one is cross-functional challenge and the other one is an acquisition teams challenge. So CVM is a cross-function while the other one is an acquisition, right? So how is personalization versus scalability when you are deploying these two solutions?
One of the, I think, headache, or I would say cross-functional headache that rarely gets talked about is the tension between personalization and scale, right? CVM and CRM teams want to micro-segment down to the 9th degree. One message for prepaid churners, the other one for postpaid, for upgrades and cross-sell and whatnot. But product and marketing teams are often under pressure to deliver at scale, right?
So, Ganesh, you touched upon CRM and CVM integrations. So, let's take this and get into segment 4, where we talk about CVM, CRM, and cross-functional headaches. Yeah. So, my question to you is, you worked closely with CVM and product teams. What's that one cross-functional challenge that most acquisition teams don't talk about publicly, but it exists nonetheless?
No, I mean, I think you touched upon a very good topic. I think one of the cross-functional headache that really gets talked about is the tension between personalization and scale, right? CVM and CRM teams want to micro-segment down to the ninth degree. One message for prepaid churners, the other one for postpaid upsell, the other one for high value families, and so on, right? But product and marketing teams are often under pressure to deliver at scale, right? The result is what? Either generic campaigns that feel impersonal or hyper personalized ones that never get out of the door, and we are stuck there.
So, talking about personalization and scalability, I do understand that the moment you take 20 different parameters into your persona, you're already creating this niche audience that's very difficult to reach. So your reach becomes a problem. What are your takes on that?
I think it is important when it comes to CVM and CRM, because there is so much data that is available to you to basically talk to the right people at the right time and actually focus on things that they are looking for, right? It's again a challenge to deliver those results, those campaigns on your owned media. But I think it will still remain a challenge, but the teams have to adopt and deliver.
So, are your CVM campaigns clashing with paid re-engagement campaigns, the frequency? What are the issues that you see when running these campaigns?
See, I think paid teams often claim the ROI on conversions that actually originated from CRM journeys and CVM triggers, right? Meanwhile, I think CRM feels invisible in the boardroom because their wins aren't flashy as paid campaigns. The truth is, growth comes when these channels complement and not compete, right? So the real headache is that about technology and about getting that alignment between teams and cross functions. Unless the team don't share the goals and KPIs, you are just adding noise and not creating value.
So in your opinion, does having multiple teams segregated by channels, for example, branding, re-engagement, performance, do they create more competition or more confusion?
I think, if I'm the CEO of the company, you have to manage workload. So obviously there is a need for teams to exist. But I think the important thing is the leadership has to assign goals and have a North Star and a common goal for teams to compete and deliver growth and value for the business. I think it is important to have a structure in business, but having clear objectives and clear goals is something that a leader should drive from the front.
So true, so true. We keep seeing campaigns that are eating into each other, and not having that North Star actually creates this problem. And defining a common goal is also very important, rather than just having team-wise goals. I agree with you. With that, we will end this section and get into segment 5. So Ganesh, segment 5 is about performance and brand, frenemies or future. What we are trying to understand is there's always been tension between brand and performance teams. It's basically to do about which part of the funnel you are at. While brand is all about awareness and reach, performance is about actual acquisition, actual revenue targets. What is the right way to balance a long-term brand trust and a short-term result from performance?
The tension between the performance and brand team is one of the oldest debates in marketing, right? But the reality is they are not enemies for sure, and this is what I've learned in the last 15 years. The teams are codependent. First, I know the brand equity lowers customer acquisition cost, and which is very important for the business. When people already trust your brand, every click is cheaper, right? Every conversion is faster, and your performance campaigns go further. If you starve on brand side, your cost per acquisition is going to go high, right?
So true.
Secondly, I think we often see KPI misalignment. I think I spoke to you about it before. Performance teams are chasing, weekly return on ad spends, cost per acquisition, and so on. While the brand teams are talking about brand recall, net promoter score, and so on, right? Unless the leadership creates a shared measurement framework, blending customer acquisition cost with brand lift, the two teams will always clash instead of complement.
So absolutely true, Ganesh. There is no doubt that branding is very important to bring down CAC. We have seen it across industries, across products. If your brand recall is not there, you will keep spending money on paid campaigns, and the moment you stop your paid campaigns, all your acquisition goes down. So brand recall is important to maintain an organic growth, and overall organic growth can only come from brands. However, if you are looking to grow fast, performance marketing, absolutely important, absolutely on point, that you need that. There's no debate. But at the same time, I think having that shared goal, the North Star that you were talking about, creating that framework from management is going to be very, very important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think well said, Debsena. And I think adding to that, when these teams, work together, magic happens, right? A brand campaign sets an emotional stage, and the performance campaigns harvest that demands with precision, right? But when they work in silos, you get the opposite.
Absolutely.
Performance ads that feel spammy, and brand ads that win awards but don't move the needle.
Yeah.
Right? So my philosophy is simple. Don't frame brand and performance as a trade-off. Long-term brand equity fuels short-term efficiency, and short-term wins fund long-term storytelling, and that's the flywheel.
So true. I agree with you totally.
Yeah, done.
Sorry. So Ganesh, let's get into segment 6. This is a fun segment, and I want you to explain to me, like I'm a 5-year-old, why dashboards can lie.
Cool. So imagine, Deb, that you have a toy shop. Okay, you're selling toys. Every day you count how many kids, how many families walk into your shop. Okay. If you look at that number, you might say, oh wow, my business is really doing great. There are hundreds of kids coming to my shop. But if only 2 of them buys a toy, is it really good for your business? That's not right.
Yeah.
So that's how dashboards lie, right? You see big numbers of impressions, click, reach, and everybody is so happy about it. But the real outcomes, like purchases, renewals, loyalty, are that staying with you? Are they happy? These kind of KPIs are really important for your business, and that's something that dashboard should talk to you and give you the real insights.
So true.
So in simple words, if I have to explain you, Deb, is everybody loves kids, but the kids love the person who gives more pocket money, right? So that's in simple language that you have to make sure that you measure the right outcomes.
Absolutely.
For the business. It's not always about making your dashboards look flashy and chase the big numbers. It's to measure the entire end-to-end customer journeys and making sure that you have the right set of KPIs on a dashboard to analyze and take action.
Yes, Ganesh, on a very serious note, data overload is a problem. Today we are at an age where every single mouse movement is captured. That data is put in a dashboard. Nobody knows what to do with it. So you have to be aware why certain data points are there on your dashboard and how you are reading it and translating it into actual business insights, and not just having a huge dashboard with a lot of numbers, So I understand. And again, it will keep growing the more we measure with the number of tools coming into the market, measuring from your eye movement to your mouse movement to your clicks, impression, attention. It's crazy. So
Exactly.
yes, it's as you rightly put, you need to know the right metric to look at and not, not suffer from a data overload.
Exactly. I think too much data analysis is paralysis, right? That's how everybody puts things into perspective. So the lesson, I think, is the dashboards are like scoreboards.
Yeah.
They are helpful.
Yeah.
But they don't always tell you the full story.
Absolutely.
Of the game is of how the game is played.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
True that. I agree with you. Yeah. So let's get into segment 7, a growth confession booth. Okay. What's that one growth hack that you really believed in, but now you think it was overhyped?
I think over the past so many years, I would say that retargeting. I was a big believer of retargeting.
Yeah.
And I used to think that retargeting is like a magic bullet.
Yeah.
Right. The thinking was, if someone visited your site, just follow them, and they will convert one day. Right. For a while it worked, but I've learned that retargeting doesn't fix the real issues. If your product experience is poor, or your pricing isn't competitive, no number of banners stalking someone around the internet will make them buy.
So true.
Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it annoys them more.
Yeah.
Right? And you never know that, is the person or is the user in a state of mind to convert. Right?
Yeah.
You don't know those behaviors. So my confession is, I used to chase hacks. Now I chase fundamentals.
Yeah.
Clean data, great creative, real customer insights is something that will basically drive growth for you.
I so agree with you. Retargeting can be really annoying. For example, I might be talking about something and I just run a search, and then for the next few days, my feeds are full of retargeting ads for things that I do not need.
Exactly.
For one search that I've done, I've not taken any action. There is no attention matrix to it, and I keep being bombarded by the same ad more than 50 times in a day, and it annoys the hell out of me. And then I don't care anymore. Then it's a blind spot, right?
Exactly.
And that happens to all of us.
Everyone, yeah.
We all go through it. And I do not know why marketers are not focusing on it. It's good that you are, but frequency capping is a big challenge, right? You cannot show me an ad for 50 times. If I have not converted or not clicked on your ad in the first 20 times, you should know. Like,
exactly.
Stop targeting me. And it's a waste of money. It's a huge waste of money because
Absolutely.
retargeting is expensive.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Exactly. I think, every marketer or every business should at least know what is the conversion window for their own business.
Yeah.
Right? Some products and services it's an impulse purchase.
Yes.
For example, food, right? If you're hungry, you'll order, you'll eat it.
Yes.
Right? But if it's a phone or a car, there is a longer conversion window, and that's what market is to focus when it comes to retargeting campaigns.
Absolutely, agreed. That was an amazing answer, Ganesh. Another interesting thing that happens is, let's say there is this new service in town. I'll give you an example. I recently went to Team Lab in Abu Dhabi. I did not know of Team Lab. I got to know it from a friend. After I've been to Team Lab, they keep sending me retargeting ads. I've already been there. It doesn't make any sense that I have searched for a place on Google Maps to go, and then I'm being retargeted because I've searched for a keyword. It's absolutely useless.
Exactly.
Ideally, I should have been targeted before and not after. And now I'm really like, why are you even showing me this ad? I've already converted for you. You're wasting your money, and nobody looks into these metrics. So rightly said, retargeting is not a silver bullet, and it cannot solve issues that exist otherwise. So true.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Ganesh, segment 8 for you. This is an interesting question. I would love to know more about it. So here's this. You have $500,000 and you are not allowed to use any walled gardens, no Meta, no Google, no Snap, no TikTok. Where would you invest your money to get the best CACs, and why?
I've come across these situations in the past, and it is so important for everyone to think that any marketeer, when it comes to budget, the first channel that pops up on everybody's mind is, oh, let's do a campaign on Google. Let's run a campaign on Instagram. But these kind of situations really, push marketers to think creatively. I think I'll double down on influencers and partners. I think influencer marketing is something that is definitely adopted by everyone, but that's something that in the real age, in the real times, is driving real value for many of the brands. Like travel bloggers for tourists, for example, tech YouTubers for tech brands, lifestyle creators for everyday value, and so on, right? That's something that I will definitely focus on if I don't want to go with the big ad publishers. Secondly, I put serious budget into bundling and loyalty alliances. I think to drive value from your existing customers, to bundle products so that you don't spend separate budgets to push individual products and services is something that I will be focusing on.
Absolutely agree. Especially Ganesh, because Virgin Mobile do target tourists a lot. Influencers become a big thing in that particular case, because before coming to Dubai, travelers today watch a lot of video content, where to go or what to do, etc. So they are looking at those content, and if there's an influencer who is talking about how a brand like Virgin Mobile can be useful, and how it is much cheaper than any other telcos available in Dubai, I think that can actually get you much better CACs and get you a good user base coming in.
Yeah, exactly, and I think the interesting point that marketers often miss is the way these creators are telling their stories in a very short video, right? We often spend hours and days to create an ad, and I think the production cost goes high, but these creative minds which kind of create and deliver the message in 10 seconds is really amazing, and I think that's something that I would recommend everybody to adopt.
Absolutely. This region we have seen is a lot influencer focused. We have seen that in Saudi, we have seen it in UAE, and influencers do actually have influence. So they can actually push a person who is standing at that edge and thinking whether it's going to be Virgin or a Do or an Etisalat. They can just tilt the balance towards Virgin a bit.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Lovely. So Ganesh, segment 9, fun segment. This is rapid fire. I'm going to give you a word. Whatever you associate with that word, say it within 1 second. You're not given any time. The first thing that comes to your mind. Okay? ROAS.
Waste of time.
MarTech stack.
To be used carefully.
CRM triggers.
Important.
Saudi.
Potential market.
True. Performance budgets.
Have to be very high.
Really? Attribution.
A myth.
Really?
Because nobody has ever solved or doesn't know about what is first click, what is last click. We spoke about the journeys being so complicated.
Yeah.
People are going on multiple devices, multiple channels. You are spending budgets on 10 different channels. You are never going to understand what was the real customer journey.
Yeah, true that. I agree. Conversion drop off.
Product.
LTV.
The real value.
Agreed. We are going to go for the last segment now. This segment 10, is all about legacy point of view. You have worked across eBay, Musafir, Virgin Mobile in different regions. So when it comes to yourself, what would be that thing that you would be like to be remembered for?
Legacy. I mean, if I hear about legacy, I feel that I'm really old now. But let me put it in a nicer way. I think my goal has always been to build a growth culture that is data driven. Agile and people centric. I think I want to leave a legacy where teams are empowered to take risks, right? Innovate and scale initiatives that create measurable impact. We often do campaigns. Let's say we ran an outdoor campaign or a digital campaign, but we our teams miss in terms of what was the impact by that campaign, right? So to drive sustainable growth, I think you have to give teams that exposure and create that culture within teams to drive the performance ahead. And it's about creating systems and processes that make sustainable growth while mentoring future leaders to continue pushing their boundaries in the region.
So true, I agree with you. It's about creating those frameworks. In my 18 years of experience, what I've seen is companies that have got good frameworks tend to do better long term. Same for a human being. A person who has a good framework around themselves, like what they're doing, why they're doing it, is likely to grow further and have a much happier teams with them than somebody who just want quick wins.
Exactly. Well said.
So Ganesh, here's a challenge for you. Sell me Virgin Mobile like a street hawker.
Okay. I'll put some Dubai elements into it. Sir or madam, you have SIM? No have? Okay, I have. Virgin Mobile, save with Virgin Mobile, 50% off.
That was a good one. Try explaining CRM segmentation using a grocery store analogy.
Okay, I mean, a grocery store has so many products, right? So one is a health conscious person. The second one is, just buying chips and crisps and all the drinks. So make sure that, you send the comms or messages to that person specific to what they are buying.
So here's another one. Pretend you're pitching a CRM trigger campaign to your mom.
Okay. I've always heard this from my mom is, so moms are very work conscious, right? So she will always, let's say one of the examples is, I have to get the utensils done, so please eat because I have to do it. I have to put clothes in the machine, so please change your clothes. So those are the triggers that I get from my mom because she has to do her campaigns, which is washing and home chores.
So that is like family requirement management, FRM.
Exactly, yeah.